Boy, do I have news for you. Latest on-chain data signaling a bull market. Also, the efficacy of dollar cost averaging is ringing true yet again. And for those of you who are storing your seed phrase in this way, please stop immediately. If you want to know more about any of these stories, please keep watching. I'm going to get into them all. Before I do that, if you guys enjoy these daily updates, I appreciate it if you hit the like button and you hit subscribe, because we put out videos every single day in an effort to keep you up to date on everything that's happening in crypto. And if that's not enough for you, we also have learningcrypto.com, where you can join our CT club, get access to our cryptocurrency portfolio, get alerts when we decide to buy or sell our cryptocurrencies, and our overall takes on the market with our market updates. So I'm going to start with the most important news story today, and that's what's happening with LastPass. I am amazed whenever I hear stories where there is people storing their seed phrases on password managers. This time, $4.4 million worth of cryptocurrencies have been stolen, and over 150 people had their cryptocurrencies stolen because they were storing their seed phrase with an online password manager. There are really robust ways for you to store your seed phrase, not in a digital manner and completely analog style, which should be the only way that you store your seed phrase. There's tools like CryptoSteel. I've been mentioning that one for years. Also, we have CryptoTag and the Keep Metal from Trezor as well. I'll be going over the CryptoTag and the Trezor Keep Metal in future videos. So for those of you who want to check out those products and see the unboxing and see what they're all about, I highly recommend, again, you hit subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet. Because protecting your seed phrase, if you're investing in cryptocurrency for the long haul at all, you have to protect your seed phrase, and these tools are best at that. Next up, I have to shed a little bit of light on what's happening on the trial with SBF and the whole FTX fiasco. It's amazing. This guy has been on the stand now for 2 days, and the things that is spewing out of his mouth it really shouldn't surprise us. I'm wondering what his attorneys are feeling having him on the stand, because he's saying things like he didn't know what he was doing was illegal. He didn't know really what cryptocurrency was before he started the FTX exchange. And furthermore, he was also insinuating that those who were users of FTX who are depositing funds onto that exchange were essentially agreeing to the terms that their funds could be used to bail out those who had failing positions. Now, I'm curious to see what he's going to say about, how he was purchasing all those properties for his parents and the yachts and all the fun stuff that he was getting into. But this case is probably going to go to the jury either on Thursday, Friday, or Monday. So next week, we're going to see what the jury is going to decide for the fate of Sam Bankman-Fried. Also, I just want to shed some light on what was happening in India. For those of you who don't know, back in 2022, the Indian government decided they were going to put 2 types of taxes on cryptocurrency activities. The first one was a 1% tax on all cryptocurrency transactions. That means if you're just sending crypto from one wallet to another wallet, both owned by you, you would theoretically owe your government 1% of the value of that transaction. Also, they would be charging a 30% tax on any profits resulting from your trading of cryptocurrencies. Not surprisingly, this harsh reaction and taxation of cryptocurrencies in India has resulted in 95% of all trading activity leaving these Indian-based exchanges and going elsewhere, because money goes where it's treated best. And believe it or not, that was not happening in India. And furthermore, I think the Indian government is quickly learning how difficult it is to stay on top of all of this data and to actually be collecting the taxes that they would like to be collecting. And it's a two-way street of making laws and taxing these types of transactions, and then you need to have the ability to enforce it, obviously. And furthermore, they're also seeing market makers were leaving these exchanges as well, because can you imagine they had to pay a 1% fee on every trade that they did? And so with a lack of market makers in those exchanges, liquidity has dwindled and trading activity altogether has left these Indian exchanges. So let this be a lesson for any government around the world who is a little, wanting to get their piece of the pie, but if they want a bigger piece, the pie is going to walk away because that's the way crypto works. It is borderless. It doesn't have to obey the laws of your jurisdiction. It can go wherever it is treated best, and it will. And if you play it right and you dollar cost average, solid cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, yes, dollar cost averaging is still and probably always will be the best trading and investment strategy. It's why we are always talking about it. And for those of you who don't believe me, there's someone on Reddit who has explained their own experience in dollar cost averaging over the past year. So they've invested $5 a day every day into Bitcoin for the past year. Their average buy-in price is, let's see, $24,108. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at $34,000. So they are quickly realizing the value of dollar cost averaging, and they weren't stressed about it whatsoever. They have seen so far, only so far, a 41% increase in their investment. So take that for anyone who is learning how to be better with your money and to protect yourself against the inflation that you're seeing. The value of your currency sitting in your bank account is just dwindling. You can't buy as much as you could with what is in your bank account. Consider even just doing $5 a day in Bitcoin. Now, this story is also sharing with you the benefit of buying during a bear market. It is very counterintuitive, and a lot of people, for some reason, like to buy at higher prices. But if you can have the foresight to buy when no one else wants to, you can benefit massively when all of a sudden everyone sees a higher price tag and they think that Bitcoin is all of a sudden more valuable. It's always valuable. Just it's not always recognized to be as such. And that's fine. It's an opportunity for those of us who know better. Let me put it like this. Imagine instead of buying Starbucks every day, you end up with a paycheck of $2,500 at the end of the year. That's what dollar cost averaging of Bitcoin can do. And the bull market hasn't even started yet. I mean, we might still just be in an accumulation phase, to be honest. And he's already seeing 41% gain. Imagine what he's going to be experiencing in the next 6 months to a year. I got to go. Actually, this reminded me I have to dollar cost average for myself for today. Maybe you should too. This is not financial advice, just something to think about. Anyway, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.